Today I'm gonna show you a birthday card, which is a flower pot. I think it's called flower pot. Flowers in a pot or a jar, maybe a pot. And this card is really cute, and it's going for a 80-year-old birthday card. My boyfriend's grandmother is turning 80 years old, so that's why I have this little stamp sticker there. But it could be for any occasion, for female or male, maybe more female because it's flowers, but you could certainly do it for a male as well, I think. More for a female though. And it's really easy to make, and it looks like this on the back side. And now you're wondering, where is the greeting? Well, the greeting comes when you pull this little arrow here, and then one of the flowers stays on the pot and the other flowers comes, and here you have, it says Onne, which means congratulations, and Terttu is the name of the grandmother. And then you can have your personal little greeting here, and two of the flowers and a little bit of the leaves stay there. And then you just insert it back into the pot. And and that is pretty much the card. It was really cute and spring and summer-like, and I think it's cute. So to make this card, I'm gonna have a little template for you. It's really easy to make. I'm just gonna put that aside here. The measurements for this card that I made here are actually, you will need a long, this is not cut at the exact measurements, but this is just to show you what to do. This is just scrap paper that I cut out so you can see what you're supposed to do. The measurements here, the length of the paper should be 9 inches. And the width should be 4 1/4. So 4 1/4 by 9. And then you will score at 2 inches, and you will also score at 5 1/2. And then you will do a valley fold and a mountain fold. So you will end up with something that looks like this. And now you'll say, well, that doesn't really look like a flower pot. Well, it will if you turn this little end up there, and you will take your, this you can do free-handedly. You can just eyeball where you want your pot to begin. In this case, I'm just gonna make a little line like that. Like that. And you take away this little piece. And then you will also have this. Maybe I did a little bit too much there. No, I think it's good. I'm just eyeballing, but you can do it more precise where you want your pot to be. And now when you look at it, it will be a flower pot like this. And then you will actually put some glue. I put glue. You don't have to put glue, but I put double-sided adhesive tape. I put here and here. But depending on how big you make this flower pot, make sure that the greeting card will fit inside. So the greeting card will fit here in the bottom. But you will put then double-sided tape here and here. And then just close it like that. And then this little flip here, as you can see, I decorated that with this. This is a lot wider because it's 4 1/4. But this is just so you can see what I did. So to make that nice little border there, I used a border punch. This is a border punch by X-Cut, and you just make the border here on this one. I'm just gonna really fast do it, so it's not gonna look anything special. Let me see now how this works, like that. I'm just doing this really fast for the sake of the video, so you understand what I did there. So then you will have the border there for your flower pot. And to make it more realistic, I took Tim Holtz, what is this called? Agent Photo? Oh dear, I forgot the name of it, but it's called brown. You can take any kind of brown color that you have. Vintage Photo, yes, sorry, not aged photo, Vintage Photo is the name of the color that I used for this. And you just go around the corners like this, maybe the bottom, and that will give you a nice brown color if you have a brown pot. And also you can make it here on these as well. So that's what I did with Vintage Photo for my pot. So you can see here it gives a little bit of color. You can do it a lot better than that, but that's what I did with this card. So you see it has some color here and also the border punch here. And then you take a ribbon, any kind of ribbon you want, and I glued it to the back with double-sided adhesive, and then I just made a bow on the front side. You could do a ribbon. No, what is it called? This is ribbon is the name of this. You could do a really pretty bow. I just made a knot. Yeah, that's what I was supposed to say. I just made a knot, but a flat knot, but you could do a pretty bow if you want. And I cut those ends short. Then I free-handedly cut out leaves. They look like that. They are sort of, well, not really like ovals, but they are. I just free-handedly cut out leaves of green paper that had some stickles on it, and I just glued them here and there. The flowers were really easy to make. In fact, you might think that I don't have those kind of special flower punches. Well, I just took different kinds of pattern paper. As you can see, this pattern paper here already has a flower in itself. And that one has a little flower in the middle, and that one is a little flower itself that I just cut out with a punch from a piece of designer paper. And I'm just gonna put these aside here. The only punches that I used for my flowers were one of these by Fiskars, and that's how I got the inner flower here. So that little pink flower here I cut with this one. All the other ones, well, the little flower here, the red one there, I cut out with one of these. These are also Fiskars, so they don't have to be anything special. I just used paper with a flower on and cut it out with one of these. And then these big flowers are actually with my 2-inch scallop circle. And now you think, well, oh, how do they get those shapes? Well, let me show you. When I have taken a scallop, 2-inch round scallop, I did the following. I took scissors and I started cutting here where there are these scalloped things. I don't go all the way, just like that, so you can see. So be careful so they don't meet in the middle, because if they meet, they will fall off, and you don't want that. You don't want to break this flower. So cut a little bit in, but not all the way, and you go around cutting every little scallop like this, so they will be like small petals. And there you have a nice little flower, but it's kind of flat. So the thing I did was I took a toothpick, normal toothpick, and to make these flowers that are here on the side that you can see, I just took my toothpick, put it under one of these things, and then I just bended it like that. And then you go around and do all those for all these. You bend each little pedal. Are they called pedal, or only the pedals on the leaves? I'm not sure, but you do those for all of those. And then when you have done that, you can poke them up a little bit like that. And that will give you a nice flower, and that will become these two. This one here is the same technique. You do the same thing with this, but instead of poking them like that, you take the toothpick again, and this time you put it like this, and you press it like that. So you sort of go into the middle, like that, and you press the sides down. So it will be like folding it on both sides of the toothpick. And again, when you have done that, you press them forward a little bit and then backward, so they will a little bit stand out. So that's how you do the different flowers here. Either you do around like that, or you fold them over the little, you may be rolling them, that would maybe be the better word. So either roll or fold, and then you get those flowers. And I wanted to embellish them in the middle, so this one here I cut out with that one. And I did the same thing with these. I just folded them over my toothpick so it would be a little bit more dimensional. And I put half a pearl in the middle. And this one had the paper, a blue flower on itself, so I only needed to put one half pearl there. And that one I just let be with a half pearl as well. So it was really easy. And basically this card on the inside, for this card in particular, I cut out a square and I rounded the corner with my X-cut corner rounder. And the dimensionals of this is 4 inches long by 2 inches wide. And it could actually be 4.5. I just used 4 inches for this card, but you might put a half if you want more here. It doesn't have to be 4, it can be more. That will make it easier to glue the flowers on. But for this card I used 4 inches by 2, and that will make it fit nicely into my 4.25 inch card, as you can see. Because once it's in there, here is the sides that are taped with double-sided tape, so you will notice that this one won't go near those double-sided tapes. And then you have this little pocket for it where you can put it in, and 2 of the flowers I glue onto this card, and 1 of the flowers I glue onto with dimensional, like you can see, dimensional pop-up double-sided glue dots. And these are just free-handedly cut, so they are not done, these leaves are not done with any kind of scallop, any kind of punch, they are just hand cut. And this inside here, as you can see, I have a little bit of white here. That is actually a little bit smaller than the 4x2. So I don't really know the measurements for that because I free-handedly cut it out, but it's, as you can see, a little bit smaller than the 4x2. And to make it go like you can draw it up, this is when you eat ice cream, this is what gets left of it, and this is colored red. You could have whatever color you want. I think it's boring because the normal color in Finland are this, but this is like a little bit too plain for me, so I have it red. So I always save these after I have eaten ice cream. And then I just cut it in half and glue it on with some glossy accent. You could use whatever glue you have, as long as it will stay, and it's a glue that will fit for paper and for wood, because these are made of wood. So, and I just drew a little, with a black gel pen, I drew a little arrow, so you will know that when you give this card to somebody, they will know, like, they won't be like, oh, pretty card, but what will I do with it? They will understand that they will have to pull this up. So it was really easy to make, and these are just stickers, and I think it looks really pretty. You can have different kind of flowers and different kind of pot. You can even decorate the front here. It doesn't have to be the same size. You can put some pattern paper, designer paper on the front of the pot, so it would look different. Different kinds of flowers, different colors. You don't even have to do one of these ice cream sticks. You can do maybe of paper, but I wanted something sturdy. But if you have any questions, please let me know, and thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.